Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming an Empties video. It's been a little while since I last filmed. I got busy with work and mom stuff, and I have been saving my trash for about 6 months. So we have a little bit of everything. We have beauty, we have lifestyle, household, postpartum, baby, and even some stuff from my boyfriend that he decided to throw in here as well. So I hope you stay tuned, keep watching. I'll start off with the makeup and then end on the baby stuff because I know not a lot of people like that, though I will throw my postpartum items or like mom items kind of in the middle since some of that is beauty related as well. So to get started, I guess we'll start with makeup. And I also have some beauty tools here. I've also threw in, if I did make repurchases, I threw in the packaging for that too, just so I know what I replaced it with. So I have an e.l.f. Wow Brow for my eyebrows. I love this stuff. It's super inexpensive. I think like $3 to $5 depending on where you get it. I get it at Target. Typically the prices here in Hawaii are a little bit more expensive, but I have repurchased this exact shade. I have shade deep brown. I think I may have gotten medium brown. Either or works for me. In the sun, my hair does kind of pull a little bit of auburn, so I can get away with either shade, but very happy with that. Works great, works very similar to the Benefit version, so I'd rather just save the money and get the e.l.f. I also have a Revlon gel eyeliner. This was the shade Black Violet, so it was like a dark purple with brown eyes. I typically don't use a lot of black eyeliner. I try to use some sort of color. Like this is a very deep, almost plum color, and it's beautiful with brown eyes. I have a cream highlighter. This is the NARS Coca Cabana. I even kind of dug in there with my beauty blender to get as much as I could out. Used up the whole thing. That made me kind of excited. This was a smaller like travel version, but it lasted me probably a solid 1.5 years, almost 2 years. For mascara, I finished an Artistry Studio Lash Boosting 3-in-1 mascara. My friend sells Amway, and this was one of their products. Occasionally I do like to purchase from my friends who sell just to help them as well too. The mascara itself, I don't really have strong feelings for it. Let me see if I can show the brush. This is a brush where you can adjust. There's like a twisty, so you can either make it longer or shorter depending on how, I think like the longer ones is lengthening and then the shorter ones is volumizing, if you twist it that way. The formula itself is just okay. The wand is a cute gimmick. It was, I think, around $26. I did purchase the Tarte tubing mascara, which I really appreciate. Did great things for my lashes. I'm still working on it, and it's around the same amount, so I would probably go with that, but I was happy to purchase this. It was fun while it lasted, but it didn't do incredible things for me. Back to eyebrows, I have an e.l.f. Instant Lift eyebrow pencil. It's just sort of so you can lay down color and then spoolie it out. This was about $5. It was okay, got the job done. A beauty declutter that I despise is the Maybelline Brow Extensions. This is a like wax crayon. I didn't even use it. It is so waxy and so hard that I use it, and I swear it like pulls eyebrows out of my face every time I use it. I am a child of the 90s. I was born in the 80s, but basically grew up in the 90s. So my eyebrows have been through some things, so I do not need to put them through any more trauma with using a brow product that's just gonna rip them out. This I'm proud about. My Physicians Formula Matte Minoy Bronzer. Look at that. That is completely empty. I did repurchase it. I have the packaging here. I repurchased the same one. This lasted me a really long time. I love the smell. It's a great shade for my skin. I can use it when I'm tan. I can also use it when I'm pale, and it's not too much. And then I also used or finished using a Laneige lip sleeping mask. This is just a really small version. I got this in the Sephora birthday gift a few years ago. I used the other products long ago, but this was just like a tiny bit. Lasted a really long time. I actually ended up getting the Christmas like multi-flavor pack. I enjoy it. It's a good lip balm. I don't die over it, but it's good. I'd repurchase it again. I have a bunch. Tools that I am decluttering, passing along are this is actually the Beauty Bakery version of a beauty blender. It's nice and squishy. It's not as soft as the Beauty Blender, but it gets the job done. I've had it for a while. I use these way too long, probably. Well, actually, definitely way too long. And this one I can't get it clean anymore. So that one's done. I am also going to be passing along, this is actually an artistry item as well. So I think this was in a gift pack that my friend who sells Amway gave me. It's a face brush that you can use to cleanse your skin. I'm just not one that uses these types of tools. I actually ended up using this to shampoo my son's head when he was really little. I felt like I was maybe a little bit too rough, so this was a nice go-between for me. But it's been sitting around a little too long, and I just don't think I can keep it as clean as I'd want to keep it, either using it for me or for my son. So this is going. Okay, so I have a big bag of beauty empties. Let's see here, try to organize some things. So for deodorant, I have, get kind of through the boring products. I have the Pacifica underarm deodorant wipes. I got these at TJ Maxx for $3.99. I thought these would be good. I think when I purchased them, I got them to just throw in my gym bag. They were all right. They got really dry really quickly, so I ended up having to re-wet them. I threw them in my hospital bag when I went to have my son, and they're okay. They're a good refresher. Would I purchase them again? No, but you know, I don't think it was money wasted. They ended up sitting around because it's not a normal part of my routine. I also have two native deodorants. I have the Baked by Melissa Ginger Lemonade Cupcake version. This smelled great. It reminded me of being in the hospital, so I wouldn't purchase it again. And then I also have the Candy Cane native deodorant. It was cute. I'm happy to smell like candy cane and peppermint. I hope this sounds okay. My partner is switching between watching John Wick and also watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. So if you hear stuff in the background, that's what he's watching. And then my son is watching his shows in the other room. When it comes to lotion, I have two of the EOS Shea Butter hand creams. I just use these on my body. I had them sitting around for a long time. I wasn't using them at my desk in the office, so I just brought them home and used them on my legs. I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually one I had at my desk for a long time, and it busted on the side, so I ended up having to squeeze it through the side. I have the lavender and the pink citrus smells. They're okay. I got them in a Christmas gift a while ago. Would I purchase them separately? Probably not. In terms of moisturizers for my face, I used up a whole Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer gel. I've been using this for years. I think it actually may be too gentle for me now and doesn't really do much. I also used up a sample of the Tatcha water cream. This was beautiful. It smelled really good. I would purchase this again. I think this is like the cutest little sampler ever. Okay, so I hope the camera hasn't changed too much. I had to go grab my son, so he is joining us for this video. So if you hear something crinkling, that's him. Okay, back to what we were talking about, beauty items. I also finished a sample of the Sunday Riley CEO 15% vitamin C. This was actually really nice. I would probably purchase this again. I typically like Sunday Riley products, so if there is like a Sephora sale or something. I didn't buy anything this time around. I completely forgot. I just got busy. Normally I do try to take advantage of the sales, save some money. I would definitely consider this. one thing that I did for my postpartum skin, after having my son, my skin, normally I am combination, like normal to combination skin. Living in Hawaii, it's warm year round, so it doesn't really get dry, but for some reason after I had my son, I was dry like the Mojave Desert. And from my friend, she is an esthetician. I'll actually put her Instagram on the screen. Her Instagram handle is the Portland Esthetician. She is super helpful, super knowledgeable, and she does a lot of DMK treatments. And I was talking to her about how dry my skin was, and she actually gave me, or I purchased from her, a 30-day supply of the DMK age management. Yeah, it's exciting. DMK age management system. This lasted me well more than 30 days. I think this serum, which I went through the quickest, went a whole month and a half. So in it, you get a kit like this. It's you know, pretty substantial. It's not cheap, I will tell you that. I think I spent like $100, maybe more on it. And it comes with the Milky Clean and Pure Cleansing Lotion, which is a nice basic cleansing lotion. The Super Serum. The Ciba E Hydrating Oil. This stuff, first of all, it smells like a rich lady, and anytime I can smell like a rich lady, I will. This smells so good. It smells very herbal, almost spa-like, and basically this acts like your natural oils, and it doesn't like glide on the skin. You actually kind of have to pat it in. All these products like build on each other. Nothing like truly like, nothing was like oily or like slick feeling. It felt like, and maybe this was also my skin since it was so dry when I started using this system. This like turned my skin around within the week. The Ciba E, I would purchase that separately like for the rest of my life. And then the moisturizer was the Biogen C Firming Moisturizer Cream. You use all that stuff and you do it in a particular oil order, and then you put the moisturizing cream on top. And this too isn't very slick, but if you spray it with the herb and mineral spray, it makes everything like kind of glide all over your face. And the herb and mineral spray is supposed to act very similarly to how your sweat would act. So it took me a while to use up the spray. I just finished this a couple weeks ago. I even would just like use it randomly, like spray it on my skin in the morning, spray it after makeup. And it was just nice. It was a basic mist. I didn't notice huge changes in my skin just from using this, but from using it, like this probably lasted me, I'd say 4 or 5 months. I used it pretty religiously, like when I was using the whole system at first, and then to trail it off. I really enjoyed this. Done any of the DMK treatments, but I have seen Ashley post it on her Instagram, and it's fascinating. So I would definitely use this system or something else in their line. I don't think I need the age management anymore since my skin isn't as dry as it was. But when I'm telling you, I was dry, parched, almost like uncomfortable, tight, dry skin. Within a week, it was feeling more normal to how it was. And then by the end of the 30 days, or by the time I finished the serum, which was the first thing to run out, my skin was back to how it was like pre-pregnancy, which I was very happy about. It was super oily during pregnancy. So I went from my regular skin to super oily pregnancy skin to super dry postpartum skin, and that just kind of rectified everything. Well worth the investment. Oh, another moisturizer that I had used up was the Bare Mineral Smoothness Bare Haven Soft Moisturizer. This was okay. I think it had a scent to it. Yeah, it did have a scent to it. It was pretty fragranced, which I'm hit or miss with if I like fragrance in my products. I typically try to steer clear. It's not the best thing for you. this was a good basic moisturizer. If it's on sale, I wouldn't say no, but there was nothing about it that would make me seek it out to purchase it again. I have a few hair empties. I have a set of the Function of Beauty, don't look at them, they're disgusting. Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner. I think when I was focusing on this one, I was largely looking at hair strengthener and moisturizing, and then also oily scalp, since I was so oily during pregnancy. So that's what these were. The smell that I got these one in was eucalyptus. Eucalyptus was great. I like Function of Beauty. I've been happy with these shampoos and conditioners. Some other shampoo and conditioner things that I've gone through, these are just samples. I put these in my hospital bag, but then just kind of wanted to use them up. I've had them for a while. I got them in a kit when I bought one of my hair dryers. Is the Liquid Glass Smoothing Shampoo and Smoothing Conditioner. Again, these are just the tiny travel size versions. These bottles, I like this shampoo and conditioner well enough. I don't think this is something you should use every day. I'm an everyday hair washer, just, again, my scalp has been kind of oily since becoming pregnant, and then in postpartum it's also oily, so this is not something I would use every day because it is heavier and it does like kind of put a sheen in your hair, which is, you know, the liquid glass, that's what it's supposed to do. These bottles suck. I would purchase the shampoo and conditioner again. I like it. I really like the Dry Bar products. I love the way it smells. I also have a couple more Dry Bar products. I used up the Pep Rally Prime and Prep Detangling. This is my favorite. This smells so good. This works wonders on my hair, and like I mentioned, I wash my hair every day, and this has been perfect. Just to like a couple spritz and I can brush my hair all the way through. It's so soft, it's silky, it doesn't weigh my hair down. I have a lot of hair and it's really long. It is kind of thin though. With postpartum hair loss, I don't need anything kind of matting my hair to my head. I only put this in like probably from here down, and I also wash my hair at night and I sleep in this, and it doesn't look greasy or heavy in the morning either. I used up a full bottle of Triple Sec, Dry Bar Triple Sec spray. This stuff is incredible. It's a great hairspray, it's a great texturizing spray. I don't really need a lot of hold. Well, now I need some hold, but before postpartum hair loss set in, I didn't really need a lot of hold. I more so needed texturizer because my hair's long. I just would spray a little bit in the roots and kind of zhuzh it up. What I actually do is I take clips like you can just like little alligator clips, and I'll clip it, kind of do a snooky poof. And then when I get to work, I'll take it down, and my hair was nice and like had a lot of body, and this was great. Even if I wasn't washing my hair every day, I wouldn't need to use dry shampoo. Just a couple spritz of this, a little shake through, and it was perfect. I used up an Amika Perk Up dry shampoo. This was beautiful. I loved this. It didn't really give me a white cast. It did make my hair feel kind of like cold and wet, which was refreshing to me. I like the way that Amika products smell. This was a sample. I would buy the full size. It is kind of expensive, so I'd wait for a sale. These I used, this is a Trader Joe's oatmeal and honey soap. Not my favorite. The bars are really hard, and the smell is just okay. My mom sends these to me when she sends me care packages from Trader Joe's. I'll use them if I have them, but I won't go out of my way to buy them. My favorite soap is the Nohea Beauty Bar Hawaii bars. I used up a Pikaki Lei, which I love the smell of Pikaki. Lemongrass, big fan of lemongrass, and then the Hula Hibiscus, which I think the Hula Hibiscus is my favorite smell. These soaps, she hand makes them. She's here locally in Hawaii. I actually there's another household empty here. I use her laundry detergent for my son's clothes, and other items that we use kind of gave him rashes, but her items or her products don't bother him at all. Anytime I see her at a local craft fair, I go to a lot, or if there is a local fair, like a mom-made market or a flea market, anything like that, I do try to go. I try to support local as much as I can. And she wasn't at the last one. Something came up. I reached out to her because I was trying to repurchase some soap and also laundry detergent, and she drove it to my office to drop off. You can't get that with these big brands, so I super appreciate her. I will always support her. I love her items. I have a G&H Protect bar soap. This is a Amway brand. I think this was in a gift that my friend who sells Amway gave me. The bar is great. It doesn't leave any residue on my skin, and my skin is still pretty soft. With bar soap, it's hit or miss. I try not to use a lot of body wash, so I try to transition to bar soap. It's more eco-friendly, and typically the item or the ingredients in bar soap are better for you and better for your skin. Though initially switching from body wash to bar soap, a lot of people have complaints. Now I don't really notice any difference. Like I don't notice any tugging or any like super dry feeling, and super dry skin feel after I use bar soap, and I think that's because I have switched to trying to use more small business handmade products. Face wash, I used a sample of the Clean It Zero by, what's this brand? Vanilla Co. This was nice. I would purchase it again if it's on sale, if I make my way over to Ulta. One of the oil cleansers that I used for a long time is the L'Occitane Immortelle Oil Makeup Remover. I used this all during my pregnancy, and this was great. It didn't make my skin any more oily. It did have a little bit of a fragrance, but that didn't really bother me. It just was like initially when I put it on my skin, and then by the time I was done rinsing it off, the smell went away. It didn't have any lingering scent. This was a pretty big bottle. This lasted me a long time. I got it on sale. If it was on sale again, I'd purchase it. I wouldn't go out of my way. I was happy with it. I'd purchase that again. Again, would I go out of my way? No, but it wasn't terrible, and it removed my makeup and I didn't have any residue. A face wash that I used up is the Hers Deep Sea Cleanser Hydrate. My friend gave this to me when I got pregnant. She was pregnant and had her son a few months after I found out I was pregnant, so she actually gifted me a lot of stuff to, you know, just be a great parent. So she gave me a lot of pregnancy safe items. One of it was this deep sea cleanser. This was okay, not my favorite. I did use it up, and by the time I was done with it, I was like so ready to chuck this out of my shower. I just, you know, it's a plain cleanser. I didn't really care for it. There wasn't a reason why I disliked it. I just did. One of the Amway items, the Balancing Jelly Cleanser. This has a smell. All the Amway products have a same smell, which is pretty strong. So this one, again, has amino acids and aloe vera. I would not purchase this. The scent, I actually had to take a break to sneeze a bunch. It was a good basic cleanser. If you sell Amway, I wouldn't say not to buy it, but if you don't mind a fragrance, this is fine. As a replacement for the oiled cleanser, I purchased the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. It is just a basic cleansing balm. It gets my makeup off. I have no complaints. There's no real strong smell. It's a big bottle. It is 5 fluid ounces for about $9. So that is what I'm using currently. In my next empties, I'm sure I'll have that. Hopefully I do my next empties before 6 months, because this amount of garbage was starting to take over a section of my bathroom. Then I also purchased the Inkey List Omega Water Cream just as a replacement. It's a good standard cream. There's no bells or whistles, which is kind of what I'm going for. I don't need super luxury at this point in my life, so it satisfies a need. Okay, to switch gears a little bit and go into, actually, there's this thing too. We all know what that is, what that's for. I got it before I was pregnant, so I finished it up. I think because I got out of the habit of using products like this for its intended purpose, I just used it on my body. And some mommy empties. I finished a big prenatal. I think this is the one that I was using before I gave birth. the Lancino nipple cream. This was a hand-me-down from a friend that she didn't use. I actually didn't need to use this. I'm very lucky that I didn't need to use it, and I think it's just, you know, past its prime, so I'm decluttering that. The Olay Cleansing and Renewing Retinol Body Wash. This was a big old body wash. I got it before I got pregnant, and then I stopped using it, and I didn't resume using it until recently. It smelled good. I prefer using bar soap, like I mentioned, but this was good. I used it on mostly my legs. I have eczema, and if I scratch too much then I will scar, so that's what I got this for initially, is just to moisturize and kind of help with any scarring that I may have just from like bug bites and itching. I used up the Amande shower oil from L'Occitane. I put a different pump on this because I used the top. You'll see in my son's Empties. So this is not what it comes with. It just comes with a regular, with a different top. But I liked the shower oil. It was nice. It felt luxurious when I was pregnant. I would purchase the almond shower oil again. I liked it. I wouldn't, you know, not use it, but I don't think I need it anymore. When I was pregnant and when I was feeling super dry, especially on my belly, that was a lifesaver. A mini Tums. If you've been pregnant, some people get super bad heartburn. I was one of those people. My son was born with a full head of hair. This was my first Tums that I used up. One of the belly oils I used up was the Pura D'Or Professional. This is just organic rosehip seed oil. I got this off of Amazon. It's pretty inexpensive. I liked it. It wasn't greasy. And I do have some stretch marks. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. But I feel like that did a really good job of moisturizing my skin and preventing my stretch marks from being worse than they were. I used up some Lancino breast milk bags. These are good basic breast milk bags. I like that they come in like these smaller packets within the big box, because this was a box of 100, so if I were to have 100 loose bags, I think that would just be a little excessive. So they do break them down into, I think, 20 a count, like 25 count, and this was good. I just threw one of these full in my pump bag and then went on with my day. So I used all of those. Got another one. I was also gifted a bunch of Lancino milk bags, and they have the Medela pump bags at my office, and I'm not really a big fan of those. I don't like that you have to rip it. The Lancino ones are great. They're really inexpensive. You can get off of Amazon. You can really find them anywhere, and they work. I've had a couple leak on me, but I don't know if that was user error where I didn't like seal it correctly. So when I was thawing a couple bags, like some milk did get on my counter, but not as much as, let's see, the Nano Baby. So if you've seen the Nano Baby bags, they're kind of like an interesting shape. I have had those things like leak a lot of milk, and you know, like, you work hard for that. So I used up Nano Baby, I think I used up 100 Nano Baby breast milk bags. I would not purchase, I would not spend my own money on those. You can always get the samples to try out. I would try them out, see if you like it. It was also inconvenient to have that much frozen milk in that odd shape in my freezer. The Lancino bags, I've used up over 100 Lancino bags. I've used up the same amount of the Nano Baby bags, and the Lancino take way less space in my freezer. Also used the Kindy, or the Kind, K-I-I-N-D-E bags. These are the twist top ones. I really like these. When my son is home with the sitter all day or with my boyfriend and they need to refill a bottle, those bags, sorry, like I was saying about the twist top bags, I'm a big fan of those. They're super easy to use. Used up some Up and Up disposable nursing pads. Those are fine. I wish they didn't have so much plastic in the packaging, but they work. No complaints really besides the packaging. I tried an Avent nursing pads. These were kind of bulky in my bra and I wasn't a big fan of those. When it comes to, I have a postnatal Nature Made. So I showed you the prenatal that I used. I have switched to a postnatal. I switched to a different brand of postnatal. I'm not, 100% loyal to Nature Made, but those are fine. Along with my prenatals and postnatals, I do take an extra DHA supplement, Nordic Naturals DHA. I have the prenatal DHA. I took those when I was pregnant, and then I switched to a regular DHA. This is the DHA extra. I don't take a full serving. I take, instead of 2 soft gels, I take 1 soft gel. And even just having kind of brain function back, I've noticed a huge difference. And I actually repurchased the Nordic Naturals regular DHA in the strawberry scent, the strawberry taste. I really like those. I'll probably continue to purchase those, especially if I was pregnant again. For milk production, I tested out 3 of the Legendary Milk items. I tried Liquid Gold. This was fine. I actually don't think I saw a lot of increased supply with this. The best one that worked for me was the Pump Princess. I used this and saw a huge increase when I was having a dip when I went back to work. So this actually did increase my output. The Milkapalooza, I think, caused me to get some clogged ducts because this is like a milk enricher. Yeah, it enhances the nutrition in your milk. So for me, I was producing like really watery milk, and then I started using this and I noticed it did actually thicken up. That may be TMI if you're not interested in the mom items, but it's good to know. So I had my placenta encapsulated and I use up all the pills. I followed the instructions, take 2 to 3 twice daily for the first 2 to 3 weeks. I did that and I noticed I really didn't have any postpartum symptoms. I 1000% recommend placenta encapsulation if that is something that you're interested in. I may make an entire video on my experience with placenta encapsulation, everything that you have to do, and the other items that I got with my placenta encapsulation service.